everybody. It's Jen and Joe from Training Logs of Parents of 8. We are in week 10 of Dopey training, and we kind of owe you a recap on 2 weeks because last week we were kind of split apart for the weekend, and while I know some things technically, this guy sets it all up for us. So we just decided to combine both weeks
week
tonight.
9 and 10.
So week 9, I didn't pull the videos except for your training run, but I mean we started with pickups that week.
Yes.
So pickups started last week with the weekday runs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they don't sound hard. Like
So explain what
theory,
a pickup is
in
first.
theory, they don't sound hard. Okay, so whichever of these two things comes first is how you tackle the pickups. So either every 10 minutes or at the end of a mile. So if your pace is 12 minutes, towards the end of your mile at the 10-minute mark, you would do 30 seconds of increased speed.
No, it's not a sprint.
It ends up being a sprint for me because I have to physically make myself go faster. So I know I can do, this goes back to P90X training, but you can do anything for 30 seconds.
Well, that's one of the issues I always had with it was, am I supposed to go all out sprinting? So for 30 seconds, like just give it everything you have?
I think
or is it if you're doing an 11-minute pace, you drop it to a 10-minute pace or a 9:30? Like
it's for 30 seconds. My biggest problem is, and I don't know how this is for you, but it's the recovery after that 30 seconds.
Yes.
I get out of my rhythm, and then I feel like I'm like a fish out of water. I just feel like I'm just floundering all over the place. It takes
you like another 2-3 minutes to get back into your rhythm, and by the time you're finally running nice and smooth.
Right.
I felt similar. It was like because you run real fast, and then you had to kind of gauge it, cut back,
like dialing it back. That's hard.
And then I can remember the one podcast was, and they talked about, it was a medical term, basically it allows your body to get used to the increased anaerobic or aerobic. Yeah. Basically the increasing the oxygen.
So we call them pickups, but there's another like technical like running term. It's a really weird. It's like a Swedish.
Is it that fartlek?
Yeah.
Is that what a fart?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, it's the weirdest word, but it's like a Swedish word or something like that. Or something, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's the technical term for it. Okay. But I just call them pickups because.
Well, that's what it said in our training plan. So I'll go with pickups, and that sounds because you pick up your pace.
Right, and so I guess maybe in my brain it's just easier to like know what the heck I'm doing.
As opposed to saying we're doing fartleks today. Yeah. Also, we couldn't remember the straight pace.
I mean, whatever, but
probably some guy's name will make him fun of them.
So
I feel bad. Sorry, buddy.
I didn't have a problem with them the first week.
No,
I mean it was different. So it took time to like figure out how you were going to feel when you were doing them, but I didn't have a problem with them. And on Friday of week 9, you left for a trip with some of the kids. Yes. And I stayed back. I had one big with me, so I had one big kid. We say big kids when we call them bigs, and then we say littles.
And then we get the one who's kind of in the middle.
We have one in the middle, and she does not like to be called little, part of the little kids anymore.
She's not big enough to be a big.
She's getting there, though. So I got up you left really early on.
It was 4 a.m. on Friday morning. We hit the road. We got to where we were going at 2 p.m.
Right. And then I got up at our normal running time, which is now 6, and I did my 45 minutes with pickups by myself on Friday.
And you said that was
it was okay. So not this week that we're just coming out of, but the week before, week 9, we had fall here. Fall weather. Like it was cool temps. There was very little humidity. So that run on Friday, I was by myself. I just put my headset on and I just ran. I felt really good. Like I felt like, oh gosh, I can now feel myself getting back into that Wine and Dine 2019 training that we had done. Like I was able to go for the whole 45 minutes. I think I hit 4.
Yeah, you had a really good pace. And
I don't know. It was sub 11. It was almost sub 10, I think. It was like 10:20, 10:15, which for me was good by myself.
Right.
Like I didn't have somebody, with me to, I didn't have you. So I don't know, I was pleased with it.
Well, and so I traveled. We left at 4 a.m., got there at 2. We walked, and we went to a college football game.
Yeah.
And we walked around campus.
Right.
We finally got something to eat. It was a long story. We finally got something to eat around 4. We went to the pep rally, and then we went back to the hotel. By the time we got back to the hotel, it was like 8,
you guys
9
FaceTimed
o'clock.
me. Yeah, it was like, I want to say 8 or 9. Mm-hmm.
So I then was going to go run, and there's a workout area. So I thought, oh, they must have a treadmill. I was just going to run on the treadmill somewhere I don't know, didn't know where to go outside.
Right, yeah, no.
They had a really bad elliptical, and I can't stand ellipticals. I know people love them. I do something funny when I run on them.
I think what happens is you try and sit.
You
squat.
I don't stand up straight.
You don't stand up
I end up anyways, I know it's me. It's not the machine.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can't do this. It's hurting. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to run. So luckily there was an apartment complex next door that looked okay. So I ended up running around their parking lot, but it was
dark.
It was dark.
Unfamiliar.
It was a little wet. It was actually like 60 degrees with a breeze. So
that's nice.
If you had been prepared for it,
sure.
When you're not prepared for it, but I ended up having I ran an okay pace, but I felt like crud. Like literally, there was a car that cut me off. Not cut me off. There was a car going through the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I had to stop. He didn't cut me off. I should say cut him off. But when I stopped, I had to walk the last 2 minutes because I honestly felt like I was going to vomit there at the end.
Yeah.
And so that was horrible. Now, that may have also been the fact that I'd been up since 4 a.m. It was 9 o'clock at night. I'd driven 10 hours in a car. And then we'd been on our feet all day. So hopefully it was just that.
Yeah.
But so you had a great run. I had a horrible run.
Yeah. And then Saturday was a long run, and that was a 2-hour run.
Yeah,
that
you
was
had a great run.
9/11. 9/11. I had told myself that I was gonna either stop at exactly 9.11 miles, no matter where I was in the run for that 9/11 run, or I was gonna go 11 miles and run it all the way out. So when I got up early, I was out the door because I wanted to be back because it was little kids and I was the only adult. Well, no, I did still have a big. He didn't have to go to work until later, so I still had someone in the house. They weren't here by themselves, but I got out, and it was actually eerily very similar to that day.
Yes.
Very, very eerie. Blue skies, a Christmas like fall, like it was that day. I mean, it was weird. But there was something calming to it at the same time. So I had a really good pace going. Like, I don't know, for a while I had a couple sub 11 miles. But I looked down at my watch and it was at 1:45 and I'd already passed the 9:11. So I said, okay, I'm just going to run out 11. And I did. I did 11 miles in 2 hours, which is the fastest that I've ever done. But I mean, it was just around here. I didn't have nice scenery like you did.
No. So I ended up having, Saturday we went to the football game. Saturday night I wasn't going to run by the time we got done.
Sure, that's a lot on your,
we went and we got something to eat. So I had to get up Sunday morning before we left to come home and drive home. So I got up, left the kids sleeping in the hotel. I went out and I ran, and I had a good run.
Yeah, you did.
I had a good run, not as good as yours, but it was nice.
You got almost to 11 miles.
Almost 11 miles. Word of advice, if you're running on a college campus, it's really depressing. The 19 to 20-year-old kids fly.
Yeah.
But
you don't know how far they were going either. They could have been just doing like a mile or two.
As you'll see in the end of the run, I was going around the lake this way, and they were going around that way, which apparently I was going the wrong way of traffic.
Oh, tisk.
What's funny is the first lap I did the right way, and then when I got back to it, I hit it anyways. But yeah, so my run, let's see if I can get this to work. This was my run on that Sunday, and it was nice. It was nice to have different scenery.
Yeah.
You can see it was a nice view. But yeah, I went out and was able to go around lakes, which was nice. Just something different, when you get out of your own area, go over to right in front of my niece's dorm who was still sound asleep. And just ran through the campus around the stadium and stuff. And it was a good run, and it was nice. I got actually ran into a college professor.
Did you? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You told me
Ran
about
into so it was a good run. We got in the car, we came home, and it was a nice day. All in all, it was a good run. So that was last week.
that. Yeah. And then because you got home on Sunday fairly, I mean, it was late. And then you had a hard time falling. You were tired, but you had a hard time falling asleep.
We got home around midnight. And I was exhausted at the end of the drive. But once we got in the house, got everything in the house, I was wide awake for like 2 hours.
That always happens to me too. So on Monday, we were supposed to get up at like 6 and run. But we swapped Monday and Tuesday because you needed more sleep, or you were either going to hurt yourself or get sick or something. So we opted just to walk on that Monday evening. So
it was
Tuesday
nice.
was a cross training day, so we just flipped Monday and Tuesday, and then Tuesday became the 1 hour run with pickups. And I don't know. I know that the pickups work. I just don't necessarily.
You can see that we had pretty good paces, 10:34, 10:35. I mean,
this is the one where you were not happy with me because I set the pace and you were like.
You took off. I didn't realize you were going to take off at like a 10:30. That's a heck of a pace. And we held it most of the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just didn't. You were feeling really good at the beginning of the week.
Yeah. That died on that day there. Right there. Died. Literally, it did.
Yeah, I mean, you were.
I felt good.
Yeah, no, I was shocked.
I was just running just to like.
Normally in
I don't look at my watch. I don't look at the pace because it just starts to like make me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not running fast enough, or I'm running too slow. I have to, but.
So, and I don't know if I've said this on the stream, but I ran cross country years and years and years ago. And the first couple races I ran, I took off like that, and then I died. So I've got this.
So you're gun shy.
Every time that I'm going to go out. And I just,
So I don't know. Did I send you the?
I don't see the video. If you did, I didn't load them.
Okay. Yeah, I know I sent them to you, but
and I thought I saved them.
Oh, okay.
So I screwed
them.
All
right,
but
whatever. You can find it on my
Facebook page.
I think so. No, I think I've been putting it to my stories during the daytime, but it's okay. But I don't know that.
No, and once I settled into the pace and knew where we were going, it was a good run, and we did the pickups.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought that week we got back into our pickups okay also.
Oh, they came across funny, didn't they? It's these right here.
Those aren't.
Oh videos. No, that's not. Then those are there should be 3.
But they all say Saturday.
Of course they do. I love technology.
So I don't know which.
Anyways, it's okay. That was Tuesday. I felt really good, and I was just listening to my body. Like I was just running. I didn't
know you were going to go off so fast. But once I realized we were going.
I mean, that's how I guess because I had done it for 2 days by myself, So
we can run you have to just tell me.
I didn't know I was running faster. That's what I'm telling you. I didn't realize I was running.
How do you not notice the difference between a 10:30 and a 12?
Oh, I hate a 12. It feels like I'm like, it hurt. Literally, that hurts now. Like, whereas before, 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't, I would have screamed at us for running a 10:30. But now the 12:30 hurts. Like, I feel like it's like, I don't know, choppy steps. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, anyway. I get it because with the faster you run, you feel like you can. When we run slower, we shorten our stride, which is not what you're supposed to do. When we run faster, we actually stride out.
Yeah.
I don't know how to change my cadence.
I know that means that I can run faster.
Oh.
Longer. Except for.
So then we got into Wednesday, which was another 45 with pickups.
Oh, yeah. Was this the one from.
This one wasn't great. No.
Oh, no, that was Friday.
So this one, you can see, though, we dropped off a lot, and this was not.
So what changed, though? Because was the humidity really bad that night, too? I cut it off.
Yeah.
Summer came back this week.
I want to say the humidity was bad, but it wasn't just the humidity. This is where we started to feel like the legs. So when you do the pickups, you're using different muscles.
Right.
And I don't know if because we'd run Tuesday and
It
Wednesday.
was the back-to-back days. That's what it was. I mean, granted, we're going to have to run 4 back-to-back days, but
There was
Right.
something about the start of these numbers that they really started to work on our legs. Like we just didn't have an explosion, but it wasn't even just like my legs were tired. Oh, this is the one that this was the one we finished. But remember, I kept saying I felt like I was carrying like a piano on my back. Like remember, our legs felt like they were lead weight. We were talking like
our
literally.
legs felt heavy on this run, but this wasn't the run from Hades.
No, this was like I could breathe. It just felt like literally to pick up my foot and take the next step.
Yeah.
And we only went.
Yeah, we did this in the evening too. I think our bodies had gotten used to going in the morning.
Yeah.
And so our legs were just from the day.
I mean, I don't know why, but this run.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it was bad.
Yeah. I mean, it got done, but
And
it
was
wasn't
with the
pleasant.
pickups. The pickups are weird because they're like. I mean, it's funny the pace splits. They're like.
Yeah, like look at that. My heart rate was in 147.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Clearly, I don't even look at my own stats after I'm done running until we get here. I didn't realize that my heart rate has dropped like that because I swear on Saturday my heart rate was like 162.
I think this might be mine. Sorry. My heart rate's gotten down that low. Which still you're down lower, but I think it's mine.
Oh, well, I said it is yours because I cut all this off when I sent you the ones. Anyway,
And
Wednesday done.
yes.
Don't care about it no more.
We can't even get through.
Thursday we just walked.
It was a good
right?
walk actually. We walked Thursday morning.
Yeah, before school
We had a good
and
walk.
work and.
Was that the day that was Friday the girls went for the run that we ran into?
Oh yeah, that was.
But no, we had a good. What's nice for us when we can get out and walk and talk and just obviously there's a lot of bodies and people around, so to be able to have 45 minutes to an hour just us to talk and
No, it's great.
nothing else,
We're able to
clear heads, think.
adult talk. I don't even know if I want to really talk about this run.
We have to talk about it. Should glad I don't have the video for it.
When we trained for Wine and Dine Disney's
This isn't
run,
even. We don't even have the full time. This run is so bad, and so many things went wrong. We don't have an actual recap of the whole event.
correct. It was just that bad. I didn't even make a like what
There's no video.
training video.
There wasn't.
So when we trained for Wine and Dine 2019, and I know we've talked about this run. This is the original run from Hades. Where we stopped, remember, because we were both getting heat.
We don't.
stroke. It was in September
She
again.
won't run out a certain part of our town anymore. We cannot go out and go a certain direction because of that run. We always have to go the one way we go. She will not run that direction.
No, I won't. Anyway, that was the original one where I wanted to sit on the curb and cry. Because
you might have.
that was really scary. Like I stopped sweating, I got chills, I wanted to vomit, and then we kept going.
Yeah, it was.
I'm stubborn, and then
We're both stubborn.
I couldn't go
We're
any further.
both stubborn.
And you felt like such a failure because you had gone further.
Yes, like a week earlier, we'd gone like 4 or 5 miles more.
Yeah, 8 or 9 miles, and this was like 6. Like
it wasn't that far.
right. So anyway, this run here, Friday, September 17th, was the run
I should
from
put something different in this to talk about this run.
Run from Hades number 2. So we were running, and the first misstep was
That we started? No.
no. I
Just
mean, when we started, we were okay.
So we ran at night. We slept
Yeah, but
through our alarm.
Yeah, we did. We ran, but the humidity was high. It was warm all day, and the humidity was high.
Is this the run that I checked the humidity and I said you don't want to know?
No, that was Saturday morning.
That's right.
The humidity was high. It was still warm outside. The sun was going down, but hadn't set yet. I had a malfunction of wardrobe. Like I had to stop. We had to stop, and I had to adjust
Yes.
things because things were starting to chafe, and I didn't want any chafing.
Friday before Saturday.
Right. And then the pickups got to us.
Yeah, well, our legs were, if you remember, we said was a Wednesday.
Yeah, heavy.
Our legs were really heavy, and then Friday night again, it was starting. We did the first 2 pickups.
Yeah,
And
we did the first 2.
We did the first 2, and it got to the point where running, literally just the process of running.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could run 45 minutes, which I had just run 2 hours the week before with no problem, and now all of a sudden
45 minutes
45
was
minutes.
like a wall. It was like hitting a brick wall.
It was just, and so then it was funny because when we had to stop at 20 minutes for a light or something,
Yeah.
and instead of hitting pause on my watch, I ended it.
So you ended the run, right? Yeah.
So then I had restarted it, and that was a mess. And then your watch actually stopped at 40
One
minutes.
of the times, I don't know if I had to tie my shoe or your shoe or when I was adjusting.
We had a couple issues with trying to get across the street.
Adjust my wardrobe because it was rubbing in the wrong places. I had hit pause on mine because my watch the timer will stop if I'm standing still. But any movement and it will start back up. And I didn't want to lose. I didn't care about the pace. I just didn't want to lose my time to I wanted to hit.
Heart rate was up.
I wanted to do.
Look at the heart.
That was mine.
Right, but look, you're up here over only 168.
I think it was because it was so humid too.
It was just
almost 90% humidity or something, like 92% humidity. If you look back on your phone.
It's a bad run.
Yeah, and so my watch didn't restart. So it like the thing says like we ran 3.49, but we ran over 4 miles that day. It was like
we got to 4 miles.
Yeah.
What's funny is it's not the world's worst pace even for us. It's not the
no, but just
my
felt
legs halfway through after that second pickup.
Yeah.
They were hurting. Every muscle was so. And not every muscle. The muscles you use when you sprint are different than muscles you use when you're doing long distance.
Yeah.
And those were so sore. And then the crazy thing is, okay, so the last, 15, 20 minutes, we just jogged it out like it was a regular run.
We stopped the pickups.
And after that, about 5-10 minutes into that, the last bit of that, it was fine. It was great.
Completely fine. So I don't know. I don't know if we just had hit a wall, so to speak. So it was just bad. What was that? We all have bad runs. Yeah, we do. And so it's just one
of those things, but it is when you have
it's hard, right?
And it comes out of nowhere.
Those runs are hard to shake. And I don't know what it is because we've had so many great runs. You just hit that wall and man, it feels, I don't know.
And you just have to, and as Josh said,
yeah,
we all have them. You just have to know they happen.
Right.
And it's one part of the thing is to know it happens to everyone and to not let it prevent you from getting back out there.
Right. And clearly, I mean, it didn't. It's one of those things where, you just have to pray that it doesn't continuously happen.
And that is one of we try to make sure we talk about the water and the food, trying to make sure that we're doing these things to try to limit the option.
Right. And I think it was just a combination of,
the pickups,
just
we were
life
just getting
and
used to those.
The pickups and, everything's a new learning curve basically with this training.
Yes.
So that brings us to Saturday's 220. So kind of we've done 2 hours twice. So now this was 220 again. So this is the second one. So it's kind of your body's done it. So mentally you can do it.
Yes, this was easier. We knew we could get you knew you could do it. You weren't worried about being able to run 220. It was just a matter of.
And I knew that the week before I had hit 11 in 2 hours. So I was like, man, we should be able to kick out really close to a half marathon.
Yeah.
But we were 1 mile short. We could have run it out.
But we had
at 220. But then we had things going on. So I mean, it was an okay run. I mean, I didn't feel.
Well, especially after Friday night.
After Friday night. This humidity was really.
It was really humid, but the temperature wasn't as high. Thank
Right.
God. So
I don't know. I felt like this was great, and
I mean, when we ran by the ball fields there, we were actually talking to somebody as we were running. So
yeah, I mean, now we're able to have a conversation pace at.
I'll pull up the pace here in a second. But yeah, we were talking through most of this run.
Yeah.
And did I run the right one? Give me just a second. I'm a little slow.
Yeah, this is it. This is 12 miles.
Yeah, so you can see we were 12:06, 11:49, 11:28. I mean, we dropped down.
Now,
I don't know what
if
happened
you
at
were
mile
to
10.
Oh, now mile 10, I had issues. Remember, my book stopped. My watch was being weird. My headphones wouldn't connect. Anyway, you kept running and I paused and you came back to me.
So
that
it
was
wasn't
mile
that
10.
we were.
No.
It was
because I stopped.
right. But
And
the
then
rest of this,
We walked a little bit at mile 10, just a little bit.
but our average pace was 11:49.
Yeah, but we were
You dropped this back down where it should have been down to this 11 something.
right.
We're
And that mile 11 there at 12.
that was a traffic light.
Yeah.
We could not get across the stupid intersection.
Yeah, and I had to keep my legs moving, or I was not going to move. So that's why the pace is like that, because of that.
But yeah, I mean, so we did 2:21 to get to the 12.
Right.
Which, if you remember, the last time we did a half marathon, we were all excited. We did it in under 2:40, like 2:39.
Oh,
that
that's
was
right. Yeah.
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
3.
So we took almost 20, 2:30. Yeah, 18 minutes. Is that right? 2:39 to 2:21.
You're the math major. Oh man.
17 minutes. Something.
I don't
like
know.
that.
We shaved a lot of time.
So
It just goes to show you that once you, the training obviously, but the pickups help.
yeah, they do. They weren't enjoyable, but they did help.
They do help, because look at all those 11s.
Right.
Whereas the last time we ran 12 or 2:20, we were all in the 12s with some 13s.
We were actually at a faster pace than when we ran 1 and dine half. Right.
Year?
Yeah, because that was 2:40.
Did you look back on that?
No, I was supposed to. Didn't get my homework done. I could check real quick while you're talking.
Okay.
If you want to.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like things are getting easier, but I don't necessarily know if it's a combination of. It's probably a combination of all things. One, mentally, we've done this distance before, and two, the base
Yes.
running is really strong. Like what used to feel like, oh my gosh, I have a 45-minute
Right.
run.
We said that
It's
this
now-
week. We've gotten to the point where the 45 minutes to an hour run is just, okay.
It's easy.
And that's,
Which is the way it should be, though.
yeah, especially if you're running the distance we are.
Right.
And we talked about that with Wine and Dine. We would run, the 5K on Monday, the 10K on Wednesday.
Right. And then we would do
But we got to the point where it was just,
Long
we'd
run
go out
Saturdays.
and sprint the 5K.
you
Well-
say sprint, but that's
We were going
I mean,
under 10 minutes
for us. It's a sprint. For other people, that's like their normal pace.
For us, it was a sprint.
It's all relative, I guess. Overall this week, life threw curveballs at us, which is, whatever. That's just how it rolls around here. But I feel like the
I don't
training
even remember. I know this week we had things happen. I don't even remember what they.
and just life, just, being tired from trips and dealing with kids and, school and projects and just life. Nothing you can do about it. We haven't even gotten into the heavy basketball season yet, so that'll be the next curveball. But I don't know. I was pleased overall. Not even looking at the bad run on Friday night.
No, it was.
I
feel sorry. I'm looking for something quick because
you just
promised.
have to log on to your account.
No, that's not what I was looking for.
Oh.
You had said you were going to give a sneak peek of something else.
I did do a sneak peek last week on my Facebook page, I think it was.
Oh.
You mean of the
Costumes.
costumes? I did mine. I did one. I did one sneak peek.
Okay. Well, I can't find it right now.
Yeah, last week because I asked. I showed a. You can pull it off of Facebook, or maybe from there. I don't
You
know
keep
if it
talking while
uploaded.
I'm ignoring the people we're supposed to be talking to.
Yeah,
remember we had a
showed.
protest this week.
Oh yeah, our baseball league guys. It's so sad, so sad. So, our community has 6 baseball fields. We used to have 8, but the company that bumps up to the baseball
Micron.
fields, yeah. So they bought 2 of the fields where the little kids play like t-ball and what they call as blast ball, but they changed the name of it this year.
Oh yeah, what was it? It was
I don't know.
Danny did, and she
But
loved
it's
it.
still like just like a little kid's. So those 2 fields, like the outfields, touched each other. But anyway, the business bought those 2 fields and turned it into a parking lot. And now they want to buy the 6 fields,
The entire
the whole complex for like $14 million or something like that.
It's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money, and
we
the
understand
city should, but we just want to know where the kids are gonna.
What are they gonna do? Because
play. It's because it's so nice. Because we sometimes will have like 6, 6 kids playing at one time. So it's nice just to be able to drop everybody off at their respected fields, or you'll have 3 playing at one time. So a couple of big kids will go to one field, you'll go to one,
right,
I'll go to
or
another.
there's spots where we stand in
or
the
sometimes
outfield.
we stand back to back and we just say, okay, rotate. Like, okay, I've watched this game enough. I want to see so and so's game, because all the
really
outfields kind of like come into like this like pathway. So yeah, it's really sad. I'm just hoping that the city is able to find an area where they can put at least a couple fields together, so we're not spread out all over the place.
It's just not going to be the same if there's one field at this place, one field over there, and you're going to be running around.
I know.
And the kids get to know each other growing up through all the different age groups, and they know families and friends, and it's
right. And if you're like, I mean, your sister's kids have played there, your one brother's kids play there now.
Right.
You played there as a kid. My brothers played there as kids. So it's kind of, I don't know.
It was
sad.
And it was nice. It was a nice, they had a league organized, like a little peaceful, like, not pro.
Well, the little kids thought it was like a protest. They thought they were really cool.
They had stuff, and we marched up to City Hall, and there was a council meeting, and so people went in and spoke, and there was a group of us that overflow that was outside.
Yeah, I just wasn't taking all those little kids into that to be quiet while those poor people were trying to talk about stuff. But anyway.
So that's part of the reason
they didn't sign the.
No, actually, it did.
So it made them stop and think about.
They're having another meeting this week to actually discuss.
So that's good.
The resolution of what to do with the league.
Right. So that's a good thing. I mean, at least it made them pause for a week.
Yes.
And, think about that. So that's on Monday. We have so many things tomorrow. It's crazy.
Yes.
We have back to school night. We have. I know. We have a lot of things.
Something about going to back to school night to the same teachers that you went to class for, and to hear them give the same.
Not everybody.
No, not everybody
has that, but yeah. So, so I showed a sneak peek of one of my outfits. Did you find?
I did find both of them.
Oh, okay. Which one are you? Oh, okay.
I can bring up the other one too. I didn't go through.
Okay. So, this is kind of like I just threw it out on the bed and kind of put it together. So you can see Daisy's going to be one of my outfits for the half marathon. And sorry about that. So
we were able to
I kind of pieced this all together. The leggings are, well, I say leggings, but they're like compression leggings, running leggings. Those are from Old Navy. The skirt I found on Amazon for like $9 or something like that. So I hope it holds up.
I'll put in the show notes. I'll try to put the links.
And then you found this on
it was an Etsy shop,
right? Yeah, and I love the material. It's almost like bathing suit material. I don't know.
Yours is this is different than the other shop, so I don't.
Yeah.
How does it compare to the other shop?
The other shop.
So like your other shirt. So
no, they're all the exact same material.
So mine came in.
Yours is different. All of yours are the same, and all of mine are the same, but they're different that way. Like mine are the same, but they're not like yours. And then the full marathon. Here's my sneak peek. Again, leggings. Now, mind you, I didn't have all of these things together. Like I had to do it off of like photos. So
yeah, so the greens matching is really
yeah, the greens
impressive.
actually match like perfectly. So again,
scarily well.
Yeah, the green leggings again, Old Navy. They're compression. They're more like they're not full leggings, so they're like capri type length type thing. So we'll see how that goes. Usually that irritates me, but when I put them on, they seem to be okay. Again, the skirt, $9-10 from Amazon, and then the Etsy shop for the Dopey. So
these came out well. The sizing seemed to be like.
I mean, it's always a guessing game when you do stuff like this for.
Well, and that's why we ordered it so early, just in case there was a delay in manufacturing.
Something didn't.
If anyone's ordered anything lately, you know how hard it is to get anything from anywhere.
So.
But no, they came in.
I actually had purchased a green sparkle skirt, whatever you want to call this thing, so it looked better with the purple, I think.
Yeah,
it's just too much green.
It was too much green.
Yeah, purple
the greens all matched, but it was monotone.
Yeah, so the purple kind of like added a.
He has a little purple in his outfit somewhere.
His hat is purple.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I have for both Daisy and Dopey and the 5K, I have
ears coming. You have ears already for the 10K.
Yes. I have ears coming from my friend.
We'll put a link to her stuff in there too.
Yeah, make sure you do that. So my friend Chelsea, she makes custom ears. You can find her on Etsy or on Instagram at Just a Dream Away Ears, I think. Do I have something? Yeah, that's one of hers.
It's not her. I mean, I think she's made better ones. Not that these are bad.
So you can see.
Here, I think you like this pair better. There's a couple pairs.
Yeah, I mean, so this one she has done a really good job with. You can see it's Haunted Mansion, but it's two-sided, so you can wear it either way. So she does a really good job. I don't know. I have several ears.
Several.
From her.
From anybody.
Well, I mean, just in general, I have a lot of ears.
She has a lot of ears.
Yeah. So, check her out. If you have something in your head, like I just send her pictures and I say, Chelsea, please, can you just
if you
make this?
So for something like this with Run Disney,
if
you want ears to go with some character, she'll figure it out.
Yeah, because when I put that Daisy like sneak peek up, and I said I feel like I need something. Like I always wear my hair up. You guys can tell my hair is really long. And so I usually put it up in a bun, but I said, here's my outfit. Daisy loves bows, and I feel like I kind of need like a sparkle or something. And she immediately, one of my other friends, Kendra, said, you need a big bow, and said you need a big pink bow, because I said pink or purple.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was hard to judge with the outfit. Like it was purple and pink.
To go.
And Kendra was like, go pink. And I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. And then, so I started looking on Amazon, and then I flipped back to the post that I had made. And there's Chelsea. You said pink sparkles, and there were a pair of ears that were pink and purple with a big pink bow or with sparkles on it.
She had that ready to go.
I just told her, add it to the list.
Yeah. And she can do it for the running. Mm-hmm. And she can do it for the Disney.
You're going to make me say it wrong because you want me to say it wrong.
So I stopped.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people will makeshift their outfits. So it's Disney No, see, because I can't say it now because you're gonna mess me up.
I think it's
Bounding.
yeah. I always want to say bonding.
No, it's not that.
I don't
So anyway,
understand. I don't
but she
understand
can
what-
make bows. She can. I mean, she made the little girls. I don't know where I have the little girls like bows with like those alligator clips. So if you have a real little one who won't wear ears, because we've all been there with that. Little girls won't. I don't know, but ours never did. Like to keep the ears on when they were little. But yeah, if you have like, okay, I want, you know, however many.
You're
She has.
trying to look like Winnie the Pooh that day.
Mhm.
She'll make you a custom Winnie the Pooh set of
Yep.
ears.
And her prices are not bad at all.
No, so
At all.
we'll post the link to her. And then just real quick, looking at next week.
So
Do you remember what?
on Monday we run for an hour with pickups. On Wednesday we run for 45 minutes. I do not believe there's pickups, but there's strides.
When we have to find a spot to do strides
So we'll talk more about strides next week.
after we have a better idea what we're doing.
Yeah. So it's 6 strides after a 45-minute run. Friday's a 45-minute run. Of course, Tuesday and Thursday are cross training days,
Which will be
and
just end up usually walking because
Yeah.
it's
just easier until the weather gets cold, and then we'll have to do yoga or something.
we can just walk. Lots of layers.
I don't even want to talk about cold. And then Saturday, we have 2 hours and 45 minutes again. So it's kind of like you do 3 weekends at different time frames, and then you're going to repeat it.
Right. She works you up and
Yeah.
then kind of bring you back to recover a little bit and work back up.
So nothing that we haven't done.
No, but this is the longest we've talked about running continually, and then anything over 245, which is coming.
The week after.
Yeah, we talked about that. Actually, it's part of what we talked about while we were running our 220 is how were we going to break up that pattern from when we run. And
Because I know my body well enough to know that there is a breaking point for me.
and it's really around 230, 245,
Yeah.
a half marathon.
But I won't be able to move the next day. Literally, my knees
Right.
will just.
No, I know, like around the half marathon, I start my hips, my knees. It's just pounding of that. I just can't keep going.
Yeah.
But
So,
even like when we've had to stop for like lights or something and then to restart, like 'cause
Yeah.
when we finally got across that intersection, we had to walk for a minute to get our body moving again.
I feel like I'm like 80 years old when I'm talking like
Well,
that.
we run over 10 miles.
I know, but still.
So it wasn't like
I just
we
know that one
started.
day we're not going to be able to do this anymore, and I don't know. That's going to be sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we'll be out there on our, I don't know, we can't.
But
run
I'm
it.
not. I don't get old.
We'll figure
My
something
body
out.
just won't. I'll just be on my scooter. Oh, those bikes that you saw today when we were going to church.
The tricycles with
Yeah.
the basket on the back.
Sure, give me a little bell.
We can't
a
take
little-
those in a race.
No, but I
We'll
told
be,
you
we'll
just
be the
put me
old
on a
people out there with
boardwalk.
the walkers.
Oh yeah, sure. There, we've seen it.
They were going faster than we were. The first race, the very first Run Disney race we did, they were in a
I
crowd
thought that
ahead
lady
of
was
us.
going to ram me in the back.
Yeah, that was really depressing. It's one thing when the young college students are beating you. It's another thing when the 7-year-old with the walker is yelling at you to get out of the way.
I was like, now maybe it was a prop. Maybe that was part of the costume.
No, I don't.
You know, like the guy from
I
Up or
know.
whatever. You know.
It wasn't. She wasn't running his car.
Well, in my head, she was. So we're just going to
That
leave it
and
like
it's the
that.
British lady that pushes her. Is it her daughter?
Yes. I do not know that lady's name, but she is the sweetest thing.
It really is. We stood in line behind her.
We talked to her a couple times. Did we talk to her at Wine and
Princess?
Dine too?
Might have.
I feel like I've talked to her
And
a
the
couple times.
smile on her daughter's face as they're running along.
Yeah.
And then the dog. What's the dog's name? Molly?
No.
No. The dog has its own like Instagram and
Mhm.
Twitter.
I can't remember the dog's name now.
So
Anyway.
it's this weird little. If you do enough of these Run Disney things,
You
there
run
is-
into the same people a lot of the time. Yeah, it's fun. I
It
mean, you get
is.
to know people from all
Right,
over
it's a
the
fun
place.
little-
Yeah,
different community to
Yeah.
be part of.
yeah, it's fun. So that's all for this week. Next week is its own adventure, of
We
course,
promise we'll show up next week.
barring some.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't
Catastrophe.
promise. You never know.
But yeah, so I hope you guys have a great week running. I know a couple of people have reached out and said, hey, We hit a wall too. That's just what happens sometimes.
It is, yeah, just what it is.
Yep. So keep going, be magical, and we'll see you real soon.